Coach, now it's been a few days. You've had time to rewatch the game. What's your assessment of what went wrong in that second half?
Yeah, I watched it immediately when we traveled back from Miami, and it was a combination of the quality of Inter Miami and the combination, the mistakes which we have done in this game, and this was the problem, especially at the beginning of the second half. And then we tried everything after 3-1, 4-1. We opened the space, and they had the transition moments, and this was the combination of both. But I said to the whole team, we played now 4 halves against Inter Miami, and we won 3 halves. And it is a little bit strange that the result of both games is 6-6. So, but this is what we have to accept. And the mood of the whole team in the training session was very well. Beginning of the week, today the training session, yesterday the quality was very good. So now is our job to look forward to our home game against New England, and this is for us the next chance to get 3 points.
And how do you use something like that to motivate the club moving forward without it kind of being an angry situation?
But that's normal. It's normal. It's tough. It's for everyone was tough to stay on the touchline, to sit on the bench, the players on the field, to have this experience. But this is a normal process. So we played now 11 games, 2 times against Inter Miami, and for me we played 3 halves very well against them. So then we have to accept also the quality of Inter Miami, and in some situations we could defend better in some moments, especially then in build-up situations. So, but the quality, the mentality of the team, the character, it's not only the mentality, the character of the whole team is great, and we were down on Saturday, on Sunday as well. So, but after a day off, Tuesday is the first day in our new week, and then our preparation very seriously for the next game in New England, and to be the focus for the next game, and this is what we have to do.
Lastly, Dylan Nealis recently, we got the news he re-signed. Yeah. How important has he been, not just for this season, but looking forward? How important is he going to be to this club in the years to come?
He's for me, he's a very important player in our roster, and it means not that he's now playing every game in the starting lineup. So he's in the competition on the right fullback position with Kyle, and sometimes we need Dylan, and sometimes it could be better Kyle. But his character is great, his mentality. He knows the league, and he played now a lot of times for this club, and I think it's necessary that you have these players in our roster, and he's a reliable player for me. So in his character and in what he's doing on the field, and it's good that we have a quick decision and now, and also with his contract.
Next, we go to Mark on Zoom.
Hey, Coach. The challenge of preparing for a team like New England. Obviously, you're going from playing the top team in the league on the table to the bottom team in the league on the table. From a motivation standpoint, talk to us about the challenge of getting your team up, especially after such a poor result last week.
Yeah, when we want to be a top team, then this is our job, and to analyze the opponent, to have the highest respect for the opponent, for the players, for the head coaches. When we are playing against them on Saturday, and not only to look on the table. So we have to analyze, and we analyzed everything in all phases of New England, and this is our job, and not to lose the focus, not to lose our mentality. We need the highest intensity. Without intensity, you cannot play our principles. So, and this is our story, and this is what we have to do, and not to look for the opponent. And in 1 week is it against the top team in the table, and another week is it maybe a team from the midfield in the table or a little bit down. So we have to look for our principles. We have to respect the team, and it's a team with a lot of good players, and when they have space, and then they are also able and to create chances in their build-up, in their transitions. A lot of crossing situations they had in the previous games. So they won the first half against Inter Miami, so this is it's a good team, and you know that better than me. Last season was very well in the league, so we have to look to our style, to our behavior, to our mentality. But what I said at the beginning, the character of this group is great, and we want to see this for sure then on match day.
Next we go to Gary Redmond.
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
In the past, this team has had a tendency to sometimes play down to their opponent. Now, as Mark alluded to, getting yourself ready for a team like New England. Of course, letdowns after losses like Inter Miami, of course, may be tough, considering a team that's full of parity. What are the key things that you spoke about to your team in order to get past New England coming up this Saturday, not fall into that what they call into like a trap game scenario?
Now we have to not to lose our focus, especially after 2-1, 3-1. So we tried everything, and we opened the space against Inter Miami. This was the most problem in this game. After 3-1, 4-1, we tried everything till the end. Till the end, we tried everything. So, but you have to do this not to lose your head in some moments. And this is what I said. And I was not angry or very emotional after the game. So I was disappointed about that, what happened in the second half. So. But I believe in our team, in our staff, so that we can change this immediately. And now is the next chance against New England to look forward, to show our face, how we want to play. And this is the target for Saturday, and was the target at the beginning of the week. For tomorrow to have our meeting, our pre-match training, and on Saturday our preparation for the match day. And for sure, it was not good. It was not good enough in the second half in some moments. But I'm not this coach now to say, okay, everything was shit on last Saturday. The second half was not good, and we criticized, we analyzed everything. We had a lot of individual conversations this week at the beginning of the week to see some sequences, what we have to improve for our games. But it's not now that we have the concentration. Okay, now it's New England or something like for us, for ourselves. This is what we have to do, and this was at the beginning our topic.
Next we go to Daniel Fornstein.
Good afternoon, Sandro. Hope you're well. Just want to talk about Dante Fonseca for a moment. He seems to be a little bit better this year, more engaged, better runs, attacking. What have you seen from him that's given you confidence to put him into the starting 11 every single match since the start of the season?
Yeah, we at first in our preseason we talked individual about his profile, what we need of him on his position in defense and offense, and he showed in the last games good moments, especially in some good runs, in some good deep runs. And I think this was the topic at the beginning of the week. For the whole team in our conversations, individual, and today in our training, when we create the moments in the middle space and in our red zone between the lines, or when we are going outside, so that we attack more aggressive the box from the opponent. I think this is necessary for us, that we go very aggressive in the opponent's box with a lot of players. He can improve that as well. He showed the last games in some moments very well, but this is for the whole team very important that we are doing that.
Next we go to John Lupo on Zoom.
Sandro, just a two-part question. First, a quick word on the new contract for Dylan Nealis and how happy you are about that and what he means to this club. And New England's a team that's very progressive. They like to play aggressively, bring the ball up, bring the ball out of the back. And how do you impose your style on them while being disciplined and forcing them into mistakes and staying in your shape while doing it?
Yeah, the first question I answered 5 minutes ago. It's a very important player. It's for us in our roster. He's in the competition with Kyle Duncan, and he's a reliable player. So a great mentality, great character, and I'm happy that he's here and that we have this decision so quick, and that we can plan also our roster. And the second question is, we analyzed New England. It's a very good team with individual quality, number 10 player, striker, all these guys. They had good moments as well. The home game against Inter Miami. Then they won last week in the road game in Chicago. So it's a good team when they have space, an open space, in build-up situation, in transition, and they are also able to defend very strong.
Next, we go to Christian Ortiz.
Hi, good afternoon, Coach. Just wanted to ask you on a specific area that you mentioned in the last press conference. You had a similar amount of shots as Inter Miami. How are you looking to improve in that specific area? Any details that you can share about the finishing part?
Very good question. And this was the main difference last game. So they had I think it was 7 shots on target, and we had 5 or 6. So the combination from Suarez and Messi, this is then the highest quality. So they played for such a long time together in teams, and you saw this on last Saturday. What we can improve is to create more situations, that we have the chances for more shots on target. This is our main part for us, for the whole team. And I can't say in a video meeting, okay, you have to score with it would be great. So, but we have to create more situations in the box, and this is what I said at the beginning. We need aggressive runs, deep runs in some moments, and when the center is closed, then we have to go outside. We need our fullbacks more in some situations, and then I'm sure we can create more situations, more shots on target, and then the probability is higher to score, for sure.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Coach. First, we'll go to Daniel Reban, then we'll finish up with Anthony. Daniel, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, Coach. Recently, at the second center back spot, we've seen a rotation between Noah Ele and Andres Reyes due to inconsistencies. We've seen New England play 2 different styles, whether that's sitting back and countering or playing a possession style football against different opponents. What's going to go into this decision to who plays next to Sean Nealis heading into this game?
Yeah, the rotation was necessary because of these red cards in the last games. First, Andres, the red card against Chicago, and then 2 weeks later, the red card from Noah against Vancouver. So it was necessary then to have this rotation. Now Saturday we have to, and this is what we analyzed the opponent. So we will see Sean Nealis will play for sure, because in my opinion he played very consistently the whole games, and so he will play, and we have to decide the latest moment on Saturday. We have to decide if he plays on the right side or on the left center back. So we know it's 4 days later we have the next game in Washington. So this is what we have to decide for Saturday then, who starts close to Sean Nealis.
And we'll finish up with Anthony.
Coach, we're getting to that time of year where the calendar gets quite congested. You're going to have like 3 games in the next week. Are we going to see more rotation and players like Doncourt and Julian Hall see more minutes intentionally?
Yeah, could be. So now we have a regular week on this week before New England. So then we have our game on Saturday. Could be that maybe then to the Washington game that we change some positions. Depends on how is the feeling after the game, after New England, how is the performance there. But it could be the situation then that we change some positions.
First off, congratulations on the new contract. Can you speak about how important it is for you to have that stability and know that you're going to be a part of this team for quite a while?
Yeah, it's huge because I think in years prior I wasn't really sure, where I'd end up come December. So to kind of have that relief off my shoulder is huge, and just being able to focus, on my game as of now is a huge feeling. So ready to get to work, continue to get working, And yeah, just looking forward to the rest of the year.
I know you weren't a starter in the game this past weekend, but from your perspective, what did you see happening in that second half?
Yeah, I mean, the first half was kind of perfect almost. To go up 1-0 into the half, it was huge. And I think we just kind of lost our heads, after the equalizer. We were still in the game, but then they scored. I think it was three goals within 20 minutes, and we kind of just fell apart. So to not let that happen in future games coming up, how can we stay sound defensively and kind of restrict the team from getting so many opportunities and being dangerous on the other end.
New England is a team you know very well. You played in this league long enough. They're having a pretty bad run of it right now. How do you keep a game like this as a defender from it becoming kind of a trap game and like letting down a little bit?
Yeah, these games are always tough with opponents that are kind of looking to spark their season. And same with us. We're trying to keep our standing on the top of the East. So it's important for both teams. I think we've gone almost 4 weeks now without 3 points. So huge game for us to get back on top of the leaderboard in the East.
Next we go to Mark.
Dylan, talk to us a little bit about. I mean, yes, you're going for a team that was top of the table last week to the team that's on the bottom of the table. And Anthony just alluded to this being a little bit of a trap. Is there a sense of, after the second half last week, just trying to get back to basics and get a good home win?
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's kind of a spark for them. We were kind of in this boat last year, towards the bottom of the table, and we were just looking for anything to get going. So knowing that we kind of experienced that last year, just taking those experiences and knowing they're going to be desperate, they're going to be looking for anything to get their season rolling on the right foot. So I think from minute one, just to be on them, especially at home, we got to take advantage of that.
Next we go to John.
Dylan, first of all, congratulations on the new contract.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask you about, you mentioned now you finally have some stability, but with this new regime coming in and with the results that you had, at least at the start of the year, near the top of the East, and just this group of players and the progression that the organization has made in bringing in a player, say, in Neil's caliber, just talk about how important that was, tying down your future to an organization that's shown now they're willing to go out there and compete for trophies.
Yeah, I think you can see the ambition is there. The ambition is definitely there this year. The organization's doing a really good job of keeping a core group of guys here, and then like you said, keep adding those key players like Emil, like Noah, and hopefully from years to come, just keep bringing in these key additions while maintaining this core group of guys. Because I feel like the core has been kind of the same for the past few years, and just seeing what additions can be made. And I think we could be a very dangerous team once all these pieces start clicking. Like you saw in the beginning of the year, we just kind of hit a little tough stretch. Some unfortunate games, unlucky games with some draws and ties. But we're trying to get back on the right foot this weekend, especially at home.
Hey everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Dylan. First we go to Daniel.
Hey Dylan, hope you're doing well. Obviously, as we've already talked about, New England's coming in at the bottom of the East, bottom of the league. But still, though, who do you have to look for to prevent them getting an advantage, like Chunkalai or Carlos Heel? I mean, which one of those you have to be more aware of on the pitch as a defender?
I think both of them. I think we know the attacking talent they have on their team. Years prior they were very successful. I think it's just a new manager change, but the players have been the same. We're aware of what they have, attacking wise. So just from minute one on Saturday, we gotta limit their opportunities and limit their chances, and I think we'll be in a good shape.
And we'll finish up with Gary.
Like everyone here, Dylan, I want to congratulate you, of course, on your contract. Let's
Thank
speak
you.
about that for just 1 second. When word got out that you were about to sign this deal with the team, how did your family feel about it, specifically your brother? Because both of you guys are going to be on the same squad for about a while. And how much of that was a dynamic to solidifying the defense going forward? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, family was extremely happy. I think to have me and Sean in the same place. Obviously, they love it. It makes travel a bit easier for them. They could watch both of us at the same time. And then, yeah, Sean was thrilled too. He signed his new deal, I think, a couple years ago, and then he was just as happy for me to sign my new one a couple days ago. So he was thrilled, and hopefully we can continue a good and long partnership in the back line. I think you kind of saw that at the start of the season. And yeah, we're excited to build on that. We're fortunate enough to play alongside each other, so we're going to take advantage of that.